Welcome to Countdown to Kickoff. I'm your host, Laura Brech. Coming up, we will talk about Ty Story's return to Fayetteville, chat with defensive end Gabe Richardson, and see what the fans think about the brand new Hogtown. Stick around, Countdown to Kickoff starts right now. Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. I am joined with Michael Wood and Josh Pineda. Alrighty, Michael, the Hilltoppers and Razorbacks are getting ready to kick off in a few hours. What do we need to know about the Razorbacks?
Well, it's been a disappointing season for the Razorbacks so far. They're 2-7, and a big problem all year has been inconsistencies at quarterback. They hope to fix that today with the first start of redshirt freshman John Steven Jones. We're going to see how he can do today.
Alrighty, and Josh, people know little to nothing about Western Kentucky. Tell us a little bit about them.
The Western Kentucky Hilltoppers come into Fayetteville with a 5-4 record, needing one more win to become bowl eligible. Big story to watch, guys. Ty Story. He played here last year. We'll see how we'll do.
Alrighty, thank you so much, guys. Coming up, we will be talking about what some of the former Hogs are doing in the NFL. But up next, we will sit down with running back Devois Whaley. We will be right back. Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. Today is senior day and there are 17 seniors playing their final home game this morning. We sent it over to Cheyenne Zimmerman, who spent time with one of those seniors.
Thanks, Laura. Devois Whaley has been here for the past 4 years. He's a senior from Beaumont, Texas, and he's had his share of ups and downs here in Fayetteville. But in the end, he says he has no regrets.
Thanks, Cheyenne. One of the big discussions this week was the Razorbacks' dismissal of tight end CJ O'Grady. For that and more, here's Josh Pineda.
Thank you, Laura. I'm here joined by Michael Wood. Michael, some devastating news for the Razorbacks. CJ O'Grady no longer part of the team.
Absolutely devastating news. He was the team's leading receiver, had 33 receptions for 3 touchdowns, averaging 11 yards per catch. But it came out that he and head coach Brad Morris just were not seeing eye to eye anymore.
Reports of missing team meetings. As a senior, how does that affect your team?
It affects the team huge. It shows that he was not buying into the team. He did not want to be here anymore, and he is deciding to focus on his future and trying to go into the NFL.
That doesn't look great for the scouts.
No, it does not. It's going to be interesting to see if any team in the NFL is willing to take a chance on somebody who was missing meetings in college, see if they can turn his character around.
On the other side of this, Western Kentucky, Ty Story, former quarterback for the Razorbacks, is looking to start for Western Kentucky today.
Absolutely. He's playing a very good season so far. They come in with a winning record at 5-4, and obviously he played here last year, but it came out that he was not going to be the starting quarterback, so he decided to take his chances elsewhere, and he's making the most of it.
How will it look for Chad Morris and Ty Story, your ex-quarterback, comes in here and beats you on your home turf?
It would be devastating for Chad Morris. It might be a fireable offense. They're 2-7 so far, and the big part of it is he thought if he brought in his quarterbacks in his system, he'd be able to do a better job. And obviously they have not been able to. They've shown quarterbacks all season, and they're starting a new one today. So we're just going to have to see if the Razorbacks can come back.
Thank you for joining me, Michael Wood. I'm Josh Pineda. Lauren, back to you.
Thanks, Josh. Coming up later, we will hear about some of the predictions on today's game. And up next, we will hear about what some of the fans have to say about the return of Ty Story. Stick around, we'll be right back. And sounds of the brand new Hogtown, but we will have more on that later. Now we will send it over to Sydney Keeler, who has more on the biggest storyline of today's game.
Thank you, Laura. And that is the return of Ty Story back to Fayetteville. He spent his first 2 years here at Arkansas and transferred last year to Western Kentucky. He leads the Hilltoppers back to Fayetteville as their starting quarterback. He has started the last 6 games and is 4-2. He has a total of 11 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Let's go talk to some of the fans here in Hogtown to see what they think about the return of Ty Story. We are here with Mr. Gibson in the heart of Hogtown. In your opinion, what does the Hogs defense need to do to stop Ty Story today?
Well, our defensive line needs to get better pressure on him than we've got on anybody all year, and I'd say that our secondary needs to play better man-to-man coverage than they have on anybody all year. So I'd say since Ty's an Arkansas boy, I hope he has a good game. I hope we have a good game, but it's going to take a considerable effort from our defense, greater than we've had all year, to get him stopped.
Mr. Phillips, how would it make you feel as a Hog fan if Ty Story came back with his new team and beat us on his old stopping grounds?
Well, I don't really think that's going to happen today. It could be close, but I wouldn't have anything against Ty if they ended up winning the game, because everybody wants to win. But I think this may be the Hogs' day, and I'm pulling for John Stephen Jones, and I hope he pulls it out. He's going to have to be the smartest guy on the field.
It is not very often a quarterback transfers schools and comes back to play his old team. How do you feel about Ty Story coming back to Fayetteville?
I think it's a great story. I think everyone knows how the state of Arkansas felt about Ty coming out of high school, and he had a lot of love coming when he came to the University of Arkansas, and he made a decision that was best for him and what he had to do to further his career, and went to Western Kentucky. And I think a lot of Hog fans in the stands today will wish him the best, and I think we want to get a win, but we also want to see him perform well and wish him nothing but the best for the future.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Laura.
All right, thanks, Sydney. Now back to the roundtable, guys, who will be discussing how a few of the former Hogs are doing in the NFL.
Michael, let's talk about some pro Hogs in the NFL.
Absolutely. One of the main ones is Trey Flowers. He was drafted by the New England Patriots, and in 2016 he had a breakout season in the Super Bowl against the Atlanta Falcons. He led the team with 2.5 sacks, and this past offseason he signed a 5-year, $90 million deal with the Detroit Lions.
Why do you think he left the Patriots?
Probably just to go get the big money. The Patriots generally don't sign huge deals, and he obviously wanted to get paid. He already got his 2 Super Bowl rings. Might as well go make the money.
But if you have 2 sacks in the NFL, basically win the game for them on defense, would you not want to pay them the money?
I don't think a lot of players want to take team discounts. The Patriots have gotten away with it with Tom Brady for a very long time. He is known for taking team-friendly discounts, but a lot of players know that their careers aren't going to be 20 years. A lot of players know they only have one chance to score that huge contract, and they take advantage of that when they can.
His former teammate Brandon Allen recently started for the Denver Broncos this past Sunday.
Absolutely. He started his very first game. He was drafted in 2015, but he's been a third-string quarterback for the past 4 years. He got his first chance to start, and he actually came away with the win, beating the Browns, and he had 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns is pretty impressive. Thank you, Michael. And with that, Laura, we'll take it back to you.
Thanks, Josh. We're about to go to our final break, but when we come back, we're going to sit down and chat with defensive end Gabe Richardson and hear what some of the fans think about Hogtown. Stick around. We will be right back. Here's a quick history lesson for all you Razorback fans. In 1908, after a victory, the coach told the team that they looked like a bunch of wild hogs playing. After that, the team voted with the student body to change the mascot from a cardinal to a Razorback, and look where we are now. Welcome back to the Countdown to Kickoff. Senior Gabe Richardson is about to play his final home game today. Sydney Keeler got to catch up with him earlier this week.
Gabe, why do you play football?
Actually, I'm going to be 100% honest. I never loved this game. It just always came easy to me, but there's certain things you love around it, and everybody got goals, short-term ones, long-term ones, and doing something that finds, some kind of happiness to it, not necessarily a love for the game, but a love for being somebody and inspiring the people. It makes a big difference.
Who is the person that motivates you the most when you play football?
My mother.
Why your mom?
When you think about how many lives you can change and realize where it starts, it starts with yourself, but you change your mother's life, then you're doing something big, especially when she's watching you and supporting you. Nobody actually knew who you'd be. Let's not forget, out of high school, I went JUCO, so I went to Kansas for a few years before anybody knew who I was here. My mom knew where I was at. went 15 hours out the state as an 18-year-old, so you know my mom had to support me from the jump. That's my motivation right there.
What are some of the most important things to you in your life?
Happiness, love, good music. Good music.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite music?
R&B, that rhythm and blues. You got to play that smooth. I really got the best playlist out, as Bradley.
Who's your favorite artist?
Donnell Jones.
What's your favorite song?
They Don't Know, John B.
Could you sing me a lyric of that favorite song of yours?
Don't listen to what people say. They don't know about you and me. Put it out your mind, 'cause it's jealousy. They don't know about this. Yeah. Keep people out your business.
That was good. All right, Gabe, anything else you would like to tell the fans?
Y'all go get that chicken sandwich from Popeyes. No pickles. Don't get no pickles. Get it spicy. And go inside, because the line extra long if you waiting to drive through. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Gabe. I'm Sydney Keeler. Back to you, Laura.
I am rejoined with Josh and Michael getting their predictions on today's game. Josh, what you got?
I have the Hogs winning 23-21. It'll be a close game, but I think the Hogs pull it out.
Michael, what about you? What you thinking?
I unfortunately do not think the Hogs are going to win. I think Ty Story is coming back with a kind of a chip on his shoulder, and I think that they're going to pull out a tough one, win 20-17.
Alrighty, thank you so much, guys. That's all we have for Countdown to Kickoff. I'm your host, Laura Brech. Enjoy the game, and we will see you next time.